Are you unknowingly triggering a stroke every single morning with one simple habit that 8 out of 10 seniors do without thinking? In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover the dangerous morning mistake that increases stroke risk by 340% and learn 5 simple changes that can protect your brain starting tomorrow. Plus, I'll reveal the shocking truth about why your doctor might never warn you about this common habit that's silently damaging your blood vessels right now. Eleanor from Ohio thought her morning routine was perfectly healthy until a mini-stroke at age 67 changed everything. Her doctor discovered that one harmless habit she'd done for 20 years was the primary culprit behind her dangerously high blood pressure and blocked arteries. Within 3 months of making the changes I'm about to share with you, her cardiovascular health improved dramatically. Morning habit 1. Immediately checking your phone upon waking. Does your phone screen light up your face before your feet even hit the floor? This seemingly innocent habit is actually one of the most dangerous things you can do to your cardiovascular system first thing in the morning. Research from Harvard Medical School demonstrates that immediate screen exposure triggers massive cortisol spikes that flood your system within seconds of waking up. Your brain, which has been peacefully resting for hours, suddenly receives an overwhelming surge of stress hormones that constrict blood vessels throughout your entire body. The blue light from your phone screen doesn't just wake you up mentally, it literally shocks your nervous system into fight-or-flight mode. Dr. Charles Chisler, a sleep medicine expert at Harvard, explains that this immediate digital stimulation causes your blood pressure to spike by an average of 25 points within the first 5 minutes of waking. For seniors whose blood vessels are already more fragile due to natural aging, this sudden pressure increase can be the difference between a normal morning and a life-threatening stroke. Your heart rate jumps from its resting state to an accelerated pace instantly, forcing your cardiovascular system to work overtime when it should be gently transitioning into the day. Consider the case of Howard from Texas, a 69-year-old retired teacher who suffered 3 mini-strokes over 6 months. His cardiologist couldn't understand why his blood pressure readings were consistently highest in the morning until they discovered his habit of immediately checking news apps upon waking. Howard would grab his phone before even sitting up in bed, scrolling through headlines that often contained stressful or upsetting information. The combination of blue light exposure and negative content created a perfect storm of stress hormones that damaged his arterial walls over time. The solution is surprisingly simple, but requires discipline. Keep your phone in another room overnight, or at minimum, place it across the room where you can't reach it from bed. Wait at least 30 minutes after waking before checking any digital device. Instead, use this time for gentle stretching, deep breathing, or simply lying quietly while your body naturally transitions from sleep to wakefulness. Your brain's blood flow depends on making this change right now. Because every morning you continue this habit, you're literally training your cardiovascular system to handle dangerous stress levels. Morning habit 2, skipping water for coffee. First thing, are you reaching for caffeine before giving your dehydrated body what it desperately needs? After 6 to 8 hours without fluid intake, your blood has naturally thickened during sleep, and your first beverage choice can either help or harm your stroke risk significantly. Mayo Clinic studies show that overnight dehydration makes blood up to 15% thicker upon waking, creating a consistency similar to maple syrup trying to flow through narrow tubes. When you immediately consume coffee or other caffeinated beverages, you're adding a diuretic effect that further dehydrates your system and makes your blood even thicker. Dr. Martha Galati, a cardiologist at Cedars-Sinai, warns that thick, dehydrated blood struggles through narrow vessels and creates perfect conditions for clot formation. Coffee also contains compounds that temporarily increase blood pressure and heart rate, which can be dangerous when combined with already thickened blood. The caffeine causes your blood vessels to constrict at the exact moment when they need to be relaxed and open to accommodate the thicker blood flow. This double effect puts enormous strain on your cardiovascular system during the most vulnerable hours of your day. Susan from Florida learned this lesson the hard way when she suffered a stroke at 6:30 a.m. after her usual routine of drinking a large double espresso immediately upon waking. Her doctors later discovered that her blood was so thick from dehydration that it had formed small clots during the night. The powerful caffeine surge from her morning coffee created enough vascular constriction to block one of these clots in a brain artery, causing her stroke. Start every morning by drinking 16 ounces of room temperature water before consuming any coffee, tea, or other beverages. Room temperature water is absorbed more quickly than cold water and doesn't shock your system like ice water can. If you absolutely need caffeine, wait at least 20 minutes after drinking water before having your first cup of coffee. This simple switch could save your life before breakfast, because proper hydration in the morning literally dilutes your blood back to a healthy consistency. Morning habit 3. Jumping out of bed too quickly. That sudden leap from lying down to standing up is like shocking your cardiovascular system with lightning. When you've been horizontal for hours, your blood has pooled in different areas of your body and your heart has adjusted to pumping at a relaxed, horizontal rate. Johns Hopkins cardiologists warn that rapid position changes cause dangerous blood pressure drops called orthostatic hypertension, which can trigger fainting, falls, or even strokes in seniors. Your blood pressure can drop by 40 points or more within seconds of standing up quickly, starving your brain of the oxygen it needs to function properly. The mechanism behind this dangerous drop is straightforward but serious. When you lie down, your heart doesn't have to work against gravity to pump blood to your brain. The moment you stand up rapidly, gravity suddenly pulls blood away from your brain toward your legs and lower body. Your heart needs time to adjust its pumping strength and rate to overcome this gravitational challenge. But when you jump up quickly, there's no time for this adjustment. The result is a temporary but potentially deadly decrease in blood flow to your brain at the exact moment when you need it most. Nathan from Arizona, a 71-year-old retiree, collapsed in his bathroom after jumping up quickly to answer his phone at dawn. The rapid position change caused such a severe drop in his blood pressure that he lost consciousness and fell, hitting his head on the bathroom counter. His wife found him unconscious with a head injury that required emergency surgery. The doctors explained that his quick movement had caused a dangerous blood pressure drop that led to the fall and subsequent injury. Sit on the edge of your bed for at least 30 seconds before standing, allowing your cardiovascular system to gradually adjust to the upright position. When you do stand, do it slowly while holding onto something stable like a nightstand or dresser. Take another 10 seconds in the standing position before walking to give your blood pressure time to stabilize completely. Take control of your mornings before your blood pressure takes control of you, because this simple precaution takes less than a minute but could prevent a lifetime of disability. Morning habit 4. Eating high-sugar breakfast foods. Is your healthy morning meal actually creating a sugar tsunami in your bloodstream? Many foods marketed as healthy breakfast options are loaded with hidden sugars that cause dangerous spikes in your blood glucose levels. CDC research reveals that morning blood sugar spikes damage arterial walls within hours of consumption, creating inflammation that contributes directly to stroke risk. When your blood sugar jumps rapidly, it causes your blood vessels to become sticky and inflamed, making them more likely to develop the plaques and clots that cause strokes. The morning hours are particularly dangerous for blood sugar spikes because your body has been fasting all night and is extremely sensitive to glucose. Foods like muffins, bagels, cereals, fruit juices, and even some yogurts can cause your blood sugar to rise by 100 points or more within 30 minutes of eating. This dramatic spike triggers an inflammatory response throughout your cardiovascular system, causing your arterial walls to become damaged and rough. Over time, these damaged areas become collection points for cholesterol and other substances that form dangerous plaques. Vivian from Michigan discovered this connection when her doctor noticed that her morning blood pressure readings were consistently 40 points higher than her evening readings. After keeping a food diary, they realized that her daily breakfast of a bran muffin and orange juice was causing massive blood sugar spikes that triggered inflammatory responses in her arteries. Within 6 weeks of switching to eggs and vegetables for breakfast, her morning blood pressure readings normalized and her overall cardiovascular health improved dramatically. Choose protein-rich options like eggs, Greek yogurt without added sugars, nuts, or avocado, instead of cereals, pastries, and fruit juices for breakfast. Protein helps stabilize your blood sugar and provide sustained energy without the dangerous spikes and crashes associated with high-sugar foods. If you want fruit, pair it with protein or healthy fats to slow down sugar absorption. Your next breakfast choice could determine your stroke risk this month because every high-sugar morning meal is literally damaging your arteries and increasing your chance of a life-threatening blood clot. Morning habit 5. Taking extremely hot showers. That steaming hot shower might feel relaxing, but it's putting dangerous stress on your heart and blood vessels that could trigger a stroke without warning. American Heart Association studies show that hot water exposure causes rapid blood vessel dilation throughout your body, forcing your heart to pump much harder to maintain adequate blood pressure. The sudden change from normal body temperature to extreme heat causes your blood vessels to expand dramatically, which might sound beneficial, but actually creates a dangerous situation for your cardiovascular system. When your blood vessels dilate rapidly due to hot water, your blood pressure initially drops as blood flows into the expanded vessels. Your heart responds by beating faster and harder to maintain adequate circulation to vital organs like your brain. This sudden increase in cardiac workload can be dangerous for seniors whose hearts may already be working at capacity. The combination of rapid vessel dilation followed by increased heart rate creates a perfect storm for cardiovascular events, especially strokes caused by irregular heart rhythms or sudden blood pressure changes. Gerald from Nevada experienced chest pains and dizziness every morning after his shower, until his cardiologist suggested monitoring his vital signs before and after bathing. They discovered that his heart rate was jumping from 65 beats per minute to over 110 beats per minute during his hot showers, and his blood pressure was fluctuating wildly. The extreme heat was forcing his cardiovascular system to work so hard that it was triggering warning signs of an impending heart attack or stroke. Use warm, not hot, water for your morning shower and limit your shower time to under 10 minutes total. Test the water temperature with your hand before stepping in and adjust it so it feels comfortably warm rather than steaming hot. If you start to feel dizzy, lightheaded, or experience any chest discomfort while showering, immediately turn down the water temperature and consider cutting the shower short. Cool down your showers before they heat up your stroke risk, because the few degrees of temperature difference could mean the difference between a safe morning routine and a medical emergency. Morning habit 6. Ignoring bathroom urgency. Are you holding it in because you're too busy with your morning routine to listen to your body's urgent signals? This seemingly minor habit can have major consequences for your stroke risk. Research from Cleveland Clinic shows that bladder pressure increases blood pressure by up to 40 points, and the straining associated with holding urine creates dangerous spikes in intracranial pressure. When you ignore your body's signals to use the bathroom, you're creating internal pressure that affects your entire cardiovascular system, particularly the delicate blood vessels in your brain. The physiological mechanism behind this danger involves what doctors call the Valsalva maneuver, which occurs when you strain against a closed airway or hold your breath while bearing down. This happens naturally when you're trying to hold urine or when you finally do relieve yourself after holding it for too long. The straining increases pressure in your chest and abdomen, which directly affects blood flow to your brain. For seniors with already compromised blood vessels, this pressure change can be enough to dislodge a clot or cause a weakened vessel to rupture. Marilyn from Oregon suffered from severe morning headaches for months before her doctor connected them to her habit of delaying bathroom breaks. As a former nurse, she was accustomed to holding her bladder during long shifts, and this habit continued into retirement. Her morning routine included coffee, reading the newspaper, and checking emails before using the bathroom, often waiting 45 minutes or more after first feeling the urge. The combination of caffeine, which is a diuretic, and bladder pressure was causing dangerous blood pressure spikes every morning. Always respond to your body's signals immediately, no matter what else you're doing in your morning routine. Keep your path to the bathroom clear and well lit to prevent falls during nighttime or early morning trips. Don't consume large amounts of fluids right before bed if nighttime bathroom trips are frequent, but never ignore the urge when it occurs. Listen to your body's warnings before it's too late, because ignoring these signals puts unnecessary and dangerous strain on your cardiovascular system during the most vulnerable hours of your day. These 6 morning habits might seem harmless individually, but together they're silently increasing your stroke risk every single day. The good news is that every single change I've shared is completely within your control and costs absolutely nothing to implement. Eleanor, Howard, Susan, and thousands of other seniors have already made these simple adjustments and are living healthier, safer lives as a result. If this information could help someone you care about, please share this video with them right now, because it might be the most important thing you do for their health today. Leave a comment telling me which morning habit you're changing first. Hit that like button if you found this helpful, and subscribe for more life-saving health tips designed specifically for seniors like you.